Hi, I'm Tanya, and this is Bella, and we're coming to you from the New Jersey School of Conservation. Today we'd like to challenge you to think about conservation photography and how you might use that as a tool to spread the word about things you care about in the natural world. Images are really powerful, and they inspire us to buy stuff and feel stuff and do stuff. And that's what conservation is really all about, doing stuff to protect the places in the natural world that we really care about. Let's think now about how we might use images to inspire people to promote conservation and take action in their own communities. So while we do this, think about some things in your community that you could explore and focus your project on.
Here in New Jersey, we have some amazing natural resources, like our ocean and the Jersey Shore, state parks on the top of our highest mountains, vast areas of forest in southern New Jersey called the Pine Barrens, and some very special urban parks. Even our own backyards, no matter how big or how small, can be important habitats. And all of these natural resources deserve our attention. So what are some examples of pictures we might capture of conservation issues around the Garden State? Litter and water pollution can degrade habitat for aquatic life and create unsafe places for people to recreate. Pollution runoff from roadways might flow into storm drains and eventually reach our streams and oceans. And as our population in New Jersey continues to increase, loss of forest habitat changes our landscape. And then what about wildlife conservation? We have so many species in New Jersey that need protection. Hey Bella, how did you get in here? This is not a video about canine conservation. One species in New Jersey that does need our help is the eastern box turtle, as roadways can be a threat to their safe travels. Or instead of pointing out a problem, you might create an image that could highlight something beautiful that people should be aware of and want to protect. This image was captured by Ansel Adams, and he is considered one of the first conservation photographers. His work helped bring attention to places that later became our national parks in the 1930s. And pictures like this of the New Jersey School of Conservation recently helped protect this wonderful place when it was in danger of closing its doors forever. So what's next?
Here's your challenge. Head out into your local community and find a story that you'd like to tell. Take an image or two. You don't need a fancy camera. Even National Geographic photographers use smartphones these days. Now we're going to give you a couple of tips to help get you started. Now we'll check out a few of the images we just looked at to highlight some simple tips for creating powerful conservation photos. Tip number 1, try to capture an image that makes your viewer feel something. This one makes me feel sad and even a little angry, but most of all, I want to go out and clean it up. And this one inspires an awe of beauty. I'd love to visit this place and go for a hike and check out the fall leaves. Tip number 2, find a cool perspective to capture your shot from. Maybe zoom in really close, maybe get down really low, maybe step way back and take a shot from far away. Whatever you do, make it interesting. Tip number 3, this one seems like a no-brainer, but make sure your image is in focus. Isn't that right, Bella? Once you capture your image, create a one-sentence caption that shares your conservation message. Educate your audience. And if you decide to post on Instagram, put it up with hashtag NJSOC pics. We'd love to see what you create. Wouldn't we, Bella? Yes. Need a quick recap? Number 1, capture an image that tells a conservation story. Number 2, create a one-sentence caption that shares your message. And number 3, if you post on Instagram, don't forget to include that NJSOC pics hashtag. Happy exploring. Bella and I hope our challenge gets you out exploring your backyard and conservation issues in your own community. And we hope to see you soon at the New Jersey School of Conservation.